Hello, everyone. Hello. We are going to be with you in just a moment. We're getting everything all set up over here at the Cottage Grove office. Sure, our Wi-Fi is going. All right. People are popping on. Hello, hello. And yes, we will allow those bots to record as well. Craig, what's going on, my friend?
I don't have a bot. I feel kind of left out.
I know. I need a bot. Let's see how this background
Wait
looks.
a minute.
This
There's
is
a bot taking
background.
notes for people. I got to get one of those.
I know. It's kind of a cheat to me, but hey. All right, guys. Well, welcome. We are obviously people are going to be jumping on and jumping off as they always do, but we want to get a quick announcement going, and then we are going to get right into the thick of it. So I'm going to turn off my video here. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see my screen in a moment. To give everybody about another 30 seconds to get in the Zoom room, and we'll get everybody all put together.
Nick, I was able to move my 12 o'clock, but not my 1 o'clock, so I'll have to jump a little early.
We should, I think we'll see how long we take today, because our whole thought today. Oops, I should not have done that. I jumped off that network. Shoot. All right, guys, I'm back. All right. We are recording this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you are live in the classroom, we're working on getting that video up. Did they change the internet in here since last week?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Guys, keep popping on. Give it a second. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And if you're in the classroom and can't see the screen, we'll walk you through manually. All right, so let's go ahead. What are we working on today? Well, guys, we got a lot to show you. We have a lot of new stuff. We have some exciting things that are coming, and we want to kind of get everybody reoriented to what the heck is going on over here, because Exit Realty and Exit Strategy Realty with Project X, we're doing some really, really cool things. So I want to dive right into the first mix of it. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys to mute yourselves. Go ahead, and Mr. Bates, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. We're going to go ahead, and you guys can see my screen at home, correct? All right, if you guys are in the classroom, did you guys bring your laptops in the classroom? You did. Okay. All right. Go ahead in the classroom and you can get on the Zoom, but you'll want to mute yourselves.
Okay.
Because then that way you can see the screen, because that our TV is for some reason not connecting.
You don't normally. Oh, the Wi-Fi, right? You use Wi-Fi.
Recording in progress.
All right, and go ahead and mute yourself.
Muted.
I've got her muted. You're muted. All right, guys, let's go ahead and then turn your audio down as well. So turn your audio all the way off. You got yours all the way off? All right. All right, everybody, let's get going. So what are we here to do today? We want to show you what's here and also what's coming to us. So we're going to get right into the Resource Center. This is where all the magic happens. Everything is in the Resource Center, and it's also on the Exit Realty Connect app. So once you're in here, you're going to click on My Office.
Recording in progress.
And then you're going to go scroll down. And then you're going to see the Agent Business Plan, which you already have. You don't need to download that today. and the exit strategy workbook and onboarding manual. I'm going to ask you, if you have not already done that, to download that now. And once you've got that downloaded, you're going to see all the different things that we do here, including Project X. And so you're going to see all the different tools like Room View, Shawami, our Smart Sign, Wise Agent, Zenlist. But we have more tools coming in the next 2 weeks. Yes, more tools, new tools. Edna's looking at me like, oh no, additional tools? Yes, more. Because I know what you're struggling with. I hear what you're saying. There's a couple things we still need. When you have a closing, do your reviews automate to your social media? No, right? Not as of today. But as of next week, they will. We have Craig Nestor's nodding his head because he knows what's coming, because he and I have been working on this together. We have a tool called Testimonial Tree. Now, if you are in Wise Agent regularly, you may have seen that in the integrations. But as of last night, now RoomView has an integration with Testimonial Tree. What does RoomView do for you? It puts things out on your social media, right? Well, guess what? It's now going to put your reviews out on social media for you automatically, if you so choose.
Oh, you have a choice.
If you have a choice. So if you get a bad review, we can take it. But we're not going to get a bad review because we have things like Zenlist. And what we need to start doing better, guys, is articulating the value of what makes us different. And so I've got Dr. Green next to me here.
Hello.
Hello. And Dr. Green has been doing other things in the world besides real estate the last couple of years, but she's paid her dues every year. She's paid her MLS dues. And all of a sudden she goes, you know what? I think it's time to get back into the real estate side, but I got to get caught up. Why was she here? She was just here because she trusted us, and that's dangerous. Why I am here and saying I'm putting this stuff on. At some point in the dark days of last winter, we were putting on my credit card to just get us through. These tools are so powerful and so different and so special. My clients now would not work the same way. They would not have the same capabilities if we didn't have these tools. Zenlist, you get up to 20%, and in some neighborhoods, more than 20% of properties that are not on a regular MLS search. Dan Nolan just joined us. If you are dual licensed in another state, like Indiana, over the border, you don't have to learn the second MLS. It connects and you can literally work through Zenlist instead of learning the second MLS. Now, that is a cheat. I would hope that you would try to learn the second MLS, but I got to be honest with you, I didn't. Okay. Dan's pretending he didn't hear me say that. But guys, that is the reality, is that you have tools that make you better than the traditional agent and make the consumer's experience better. Because what happens if I have a consumer, so you can see I'm in my Zenlist right now. And what am I doing right now? I'm looking at my search. What is my search right now? I'm looking at multi-unit properties for myself. You guys know I'm on that journey. I'm going to be selling that condo I bought with Exit Realty residuals. And I'm going to be, Edna, you didn't know that yet?
I mean,
You-
I read.
You
but
read it. Yep.
I saw, but
Now
I
it's in
didn't know
person.
to sell.
I'm going to sell that. I'm selling the condo. Yep. And I am buying a multi-unit building. I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to live in one and rent out the rest.
Wow.
And I'm
Are you working with the realtor yet?
What'd you say? Well, not yet. There's going to be an FHA or a home style rehab loan. We're going to document the whole process. And I'm going to show you and the world how to do this. And guess what? I gotta fix my credit because I ran up all those credit card bills getting you all through the winter with Zenless and Wise Agent. Now we got a new tool. Don't tell Angela. All this other stuff going on.
Can we
So
invest can we invest in your building?
you can, not in that building. You
Oh.
can do the scavenger sale project with us. You can do all kinds of stuff. But that building, I want to show you how to do that building for yourself. I want to show the world how to do this stuff because we teach it, we preach it, but we don't do it sometimes ourselves. Now, there are agents in our office that have done it. Shaheen and I filmed a podcast that will be out this weekend announcing that I'm going to be looking at buildings like this one I'm going to open up for you now, which, by the way, I believe this one is on the private listing network. So you can see all this information that's on there that doesn't exist for the rest of the world, but you can see it because you've got Zenless. Your clients can see it, but they can't see it on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, etc. So this is the type of stuff we need to articulate to the world. What else makes us different? What else makes us special that we need to get you caught up and set up on? One of the beautiful things, and I'm going to harp on Zenless a little while longer, guys. If you guys are not making sure that every one of your clients has Zenlist, past clients as well, look what they can do when they go into Zenlist. So if you set somebody up on a search in Zenlist, they can look for rentals, they can look for sales. So these guys right here, what are they looking at? They're looking at rentals. But I've got their house on the market for sale. So you don't have to set up MLS searches. They don't have to wait on their agent to do the right thing. They're not in 20 different portals because Zillow is not the best place to go find an apartment. Everything is powered through Zenless. They can request tours. They can do all that. All of that is right here for them. So I'm saving you hours. I'm saving them hours. We are saving everyone hours of time and getting them access to more properties. Are we fully articulating that value? Here's another big thing that I want you guys to start talking about more. And this has been recorded so we can get this out to the world. Are you talking about your exit marketing suite, your expert marketing suite? Did you know that in the expert marketing suite, we're the only company with the technology, and very few people use it correctly. We're going to change that. We're the only company that has the technology that you can put in PDFs into your listings. So when somebody texts that code for that listing, you're going to see that right there in the technology. So if I go into market my listings and I go into one of my listings, I've got attachments in there like RPR, the Realtor's Property Resource Report. So let's go into one of my listings and let's look at this. You're going to see this when I list my condo. You're going to see this when I list 4343 North Clarendon. This property that I've got on the market for these friends of mine.
And it's called RPR.
RPR, Realtor's Property Resource. And so if you text this code E120358 to the number 85377, what do you get as a consumer? Well, I'm glad you asked. Take a look at this. They're going to get a link to the property, and then it's going to look like this. And of course, you get their cell phone number because they texted it.
Mhm.
Scroll down. And then they've got what? They've got all the additional information on the property, but more. This is the big stuff. Exclusive property documents from Nick Liebert.
Mm.
Do you have this as part of your listing presentation? Are you showing people that, number one, all the additional information, all these attachments that you can do? Everybody else, they're either printing out paper, they're not getting that information out at all. Condo bylaws, all that other documents. Look what just downloaded. Market activity report. What is this? This is RPR. So I've got that right there for them.
Yes, perfect.
Yes, Dr. Reed.
I love it. So I would think with the Realtor Property Resource, and you can tell me if I'm wrong because I'm getting back into this. I don't want to give that to every customer slash client. I want to give that to the ones that I know for sure are interested in are buying, right? A for sure person. I'm talking about, I know the MLS and all that, let them
Yeah.
understand what's out there, the inventory. But do I give them everybody's realtor property resource code? No.
Everyone,
Anybody,
everyone should get all your tools. And let's go through the tools. Let's go through the tools. Let's go from the
Is that a
top.
good question? I'm
That's a
just-
great question.
Oh,
Let's go from the top. Guys, let's get right into the Exit Resource Center. And let's literally go right down from the top of all of this. So I'm going to log into the Exit Resource Center from the top. Pretend that I wasn't in there before. And I'm going to scroll down and literally go through every single tool we have because you need to know this. You need to know this, and this is being recorded. So you log in, and again, you click on My Office, and this is the same way that you do on the Exit Realty Connect app if you're on your mobile phone. If you are not already on our office group chat, you're going to want to get on that WhatsApp chat. So over here under the quick links feature, the first thing you're going to want to do, get on that group chat. Because I know I can't text 270 of you at once, but you guys can conversate with each other on WhatsApp, whether you're on social media or not. So you need to get into that. If you do not already have a relationship with our in-house photographer, remember, we reimburse you for photos when a property closes. After a property closes, you get reimbursed for the photos if you use our in-house photographer when it closes. If it doesn't close, you don't get reimbursed because we didn't get the job done. That's another big one right there. We need to have on every single one of our listings, what? Professional photos, floor plans, 3D tours that are Zillow approved. What's the number one website? Zillow. The number two website right now is homes.com. And number three is realtor.com. We are optimized on all those sites through our technology, through the Exit Marketing Suite, but also with our in-house photographer. And again, we're going to reimburse you for those photos. You get
dozens of photos, a floor plan,
a
a
3D
3D
tour.
tour.
Hold on, I
Hold
got
on, I got an echo.
Thank you, whoever, thank you. You got to get that done. Make sure that people understand that you have professional photos on every single one of your listings for sale. If it's for lease, you need to pay for those on your own. We can't afford to, out of our little cut, do that. But you still would want to, I think, use the same technology. Make sure you're part of the Exit Realty International Referral Network Facebook group. Stop asking in the office chat, do you have an agent in Georgia? Well, first of all, what part of Georgia? But secondly, go in there and ask. And you can go into your Exit Realty Connect app and look and see the agents that have their profile fully optimized. Fully optimized. We can go into that in a second and make sure you've got that done. I'm going to skip past a couple of these other things. Make sure that you've got your Rent Spree rental portal set up. Do you have your Rent Spree rental portal set up? That is massive. Make sure that you've got that set up so that when you have people that are want to put their place up for rent with you, maybe it doesn't sell, maybe they don't want to sell, they want to rent it instead, get that set up. Because then you can take rental apps, you can run credit, background checks if it's in the appropriate area. Rent Spree knows geographically, it'll tell you what you can and can't do. It's plug and play. Showami. I want to talk about Showami for a second, guys, because it's driving me nuts when I see all the people saying, help me, I need coverage on a showing. There's an app we have built in right into the resource center called Showami. You need to download the app, you need to get set up on it. Whether you want to have help or you want to be the help and get some extra revenue coming in your door. You want to get $40 for a showing or two, or to handle somebody's inspection, download Showami, make it more efficient for yourself. If you need CE, we obviously have all that stuff. The next big thing, our Project X asset library. For those of you like Dr. Green that are getting caught up, I want to review what's in here real quick with you. This resource library is massive. You open it up and you have all these different assets, drip campaigns, assets for your drip campaigns, training and PowerPoints, scripts that I've built out for you, open house assets, realtor drip campaign assets. If you want to remember why you're here, there's a whole bunch of different stuff telling you all the good stuff that we got here.
Mhm.
All of that is right built in there. You may not even remember some of the reasons why you're here.
Mhm.
You go in there and check it out. Our marketing library, that's from Amanda. That's from Amanda. She's also got a whole calendar in there for you every day in the office, Google Calendar, which I'm going to go back and show you how to get to.
Mhm.
But look at this. Every day, there's stuff from me. There's stuff from Amanda in that office Google Calendar. There's always something going on. There's always a resource for you. Every day there's something going on. You just have to engage. Now let's get to the next piece. I want to finish with this Project X resource, though we're not even done with the resources. If you need to figure out what you need to do for the day, you can use that Power Hour printout. That Power Hour printout tracks sellers and landlords, buyers and renters, who you should be talking to. New listing checklist, new buyer checklist. These are brand new for 2024. All of you guys that are like, hey, I need to list, it's all right here.
Mhm.
Everything that you need to do. All the different ideas for you right there.
I don't know why I'm not finding all this.
So Edna, let me show you where this is. In the Exit Resource Center,
Right.
under my office, and then quick links, it's the Project X Asset Library.
Okay, I got that.
Yep, and then you click on that, and it's going to open up in a separate window. Strategic title. Guys, I can afford more tools when you use strategic title. That's a no-brainer. That is the best way for you to help me get you more tools. I have all kinds of more ideas for you. The office moving van, now I want it to be electric. We still want to do that. I need more money to do that. Use strategic title. It's the only way I get additional revenue. I'm not going to take it out of your pockets or our clients' pockets. The living list for accountability, you guys know what that is. Here's something that's going away. Rate My Agent. Rate My Agent was great at the time. We are replacing it with Testimonial Tree, which is better. Why is Testimonial Tree better? It integrates with Wise Agent. It has other integrations, and it is my favorite price for you, free 99, because I'm paying for it for you.
Mhm.
We struck a deal with them because I'm going to do some coaching for them. And then what they do is it integrates with RoomView. Now I'm going to blow your mind right now with something with RoomView. I think who was on the 11 a.m. Monday RoomView thing with Sam? Were you on that? Nope. Okay. You might have been. Let me show you this. If you are not already in RoomView, guys, do you know that you now have free virtual staging through RoomView? You now have free virtual staging. Everybody's shaking their head. No, they didn't know that. I know, because there were so few people on that webinar on Monday. This is going to blow your mind. So you go and log into your RoomView. This is free. You then go under here and you go into your MLS listings. And in any of your listings, you can open up that listing and then see where it says Listing Studio. Listing Studio and the word free, my favorite price.
Mhm.
In that, you can take any of your existing pictures and you can enhance that picture. So if you click on the image, you can enhance that image. And you can take it and you can enhance it with different styles. You can put furniture, you can add furniture through a company called PropTex. It's a free integration. This is something that me and Craig Nestor worked on for you. So you can literally go in there and you can redecorate the photo with interactive AI, and it will put furniture, different styles in there for you. I mean, it's mind blowing.
Let's do one.
Let's do one. So let's try it out. So let's do, please select the scene type of the image you choose. So let's see, this is a bedroom. And we're gonna say modern.
Mhm.
Now, that's not a very good photo of the bedroom because it's looking at the door, but let's see what they come up with. Huh, they, look at that, they changed the floors. They changed the floors. So you can change,
So lighter color.
you can change, you can add furniture. You can add different finishes. You can do all kinds of different things in here. So this is all right in there where you can do furniture, you can do cabinetry, you can do the floors different, you can do all kinds of different things. Let me find another blank photo for you. Here is, I don't like that one. Let's see, there's another bed. These are not, who took these photos? All right, that is a, that looks like a dining room maybe? Let's do something in there.
Family space.
So now we're going to, we don't want to enhance the photo. We're going to adjust it. And then you can download these photos and then upload them into the MLS
Mm.
right from there. So first of all, by the way, did you notice if you just want to enhance it, look how lighter that is.
Mhm.
So if you just want to brighten a photo up, it'll do it for you.
Mhm.
Look at that. So I went into MLS listing in RoomView. And then once I was in MLS listing, I clicked on any of my listings. Now, what if there's a property that's not on the MLS yet? You just upload it to any existing property. And if you don't have a listing, you can literally just email RoomView and they will make it for you.
Oh, okay.
But try to get a listing. Let's get one listing. Get one listing.
Mhm.
But isn't that incredible? You now have staging
Yeah.
built right into this.
Free.
Free. My favorite price. Free. So you've got all these different options. Play with this tonight, guys.
Mhm.
You can do all different kinds of cool stuff with this.
Do they do outside as well?
They do outside as well. So they can redo garden areas. They can do all kinds of fun stuff. They can add some landscaping for you. That is all through a new integration with PropText. So you can enhance the photo, but then you can also redo the photo entirely and do the virtual staging and all that.
Mhm.
And then once you do that, click on download and that will download to your desktop or laptop.
With the virtual staging, or how does that make the client feel when they actually go and see the property?
So that's up to you how you market that. There is in the MLS, you do have to disclose when things are virtually staged. There's a button that you shift. There is a way to phrase it. So for example, if you had a house that was, and I'll have to do a whole training on this at some point. This is brand new technology. This is a week old, this integration. So I'm still playing with it. What you would do is say, these are the things that you could do with this property. These things you could do with this property. You can't say this is how it looks now. Obviously, you have to keep the photos of what's real. That's a great question, Edna. So for those of you guys at home or watching this later, you have to keep the photos of what's real, but then say there are virtually staged photos of what this could be. So think of this with any of your properties that are messed up, that are a little busted, that need a little hug. We all got them.
But I think too that we go.
Wouldn't this be great on a listing appointment?
Oh, absolutely. I've gone to listings or viewings where I've seen where they put the furniture in there. It's not my furniture, it's not their furniture. They just making it look good for you. And I know it's not the way it would look if I was to buy the place, but it gives you that idea and it helps you come to a better conclusion as far as like, oh, I think this will be nice in my apartment, the way I want it to be. So it really enhances it.
It does enhance it. Now, let me give you a preview of what's to come. Exclusive to our office before anyone else's. if you go to exitstrategymovesyou.com, our office website, where we already have some vital resources. If you go to the property tax review portal, that's a great thing. But if you, as of next week, go to featured properties, any of our listings, so this you'll be able to do on a listing presentation. You'll be able to walk people through this. When they go to featured properties, next week, you can click on any of our existing listings. And when it goes to that actual listing, it's going to have that same little enhance option. It's going to have that same little enhance option. So it doesn't yet. It will next week because PropTex, they're finalizing the integration. We are the first office to have that. We're the first brokerage to have that. That's huge. So look at Shaheen's pictures. Right now, it's a blank slate as soon as we open this up.
I know the speed in here.
Got to get that Wi-Fi moving.
So it will show the existing property taxes?
Look at this. So right there, that to me could use some help, couldn't it?
Mhm.
You'll be able to click on the enhance button, just like we did in Room View, and right on our office website. That's going to be huge for you. That's why a year ago I changed and everybody's crying about it. Like, oh, it's not Exit Sells Chicago anymore. No, it's Exit Strategy Moves You because we're beyond Chicago. We do Indiana as well. Trudy's on with us. Trudy, welcome and congratulations on your Indiana license. We're excited to be working with you. So Trudy's going to be selling with us over in Indiana. There's some big stuff coming. These are the tools that you need to know about now. So you need to bookmark exitstrategymovesyou.com so you can walk other people through this magic. Okay. And this is being recorded so you can send this on to a client as well. Now let's get back into, we're nowhere near done. We are nowhere near done. But remember, I want you to be able to show people the power of Zenlist for buyers, the power of PropTex and that integration for sellers. So those are just two of our tools. Let's get back into this. So Room View, remember, at this point, that's the integrations. As of next week, your reviews will also feed through Room View. So you will have the capability then that they will just automatically go to your social media if you so choose. Now, remember, it'll probably be to the one social media that I pay for you, unless you want to upgrade beyond that. I can't afford to have it go to all of them unless you upgrade it, but at least it'll be to one and then you can cut and paste it to other places. So I'm going to give you that much. And then from there, you would have to upgrade, but we're the first ones to have that. So that is Room View and all the integrations with Room View. We're not done, nowhere near done. All right, let's go back, get back into it. So if you need some step-by-step tutorials on anything, if you need some help on anything, you can click on our toolkit, step-by-step tutorials, and that is a playlist of all the different things that I talk about pretty regularly.
It's at 1 o'clock. It's at 1 o'clock, Bruce.
Something's at 1 o'clock. I'm not done yet though. But if you need more help, you have two big resources I want to take you to. Number one, scroll down past those quick links. And if you've been in our video library, I love it when people go, there's only 2 videos. I'm like, you haven't clicked on them, have you? That is 2 video series. Project X quick tips. Those are the little baby videos. That's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. 5 or 10 minutes. There's a ton of them. For those of you guys that have not used Shawami yet, there's those Shawami instructions, how to send out your newsletter, mobile business cards, all that good stuff. Okay, what about the longer videos, the stuff probably to catch you up on some things? Click on Project X training and tutorials. Those are the big ones. Zenlist, Zenlink, how to build that out so all of your items of value built out. Some of our events. A lot of the longer stuff. So 30 minutes, an hour. You could be on this thing for days. What else could be missing out of your life? Are you on the coaching blog? Are you on the coaching blog? How do you get to the coaching blog? Well, right here under the My Office link, it says Nick's coaching blog. This is how I can tell when you guys are not yet really engaged in all our tools. And someone goes, you have a coaching blog? Or how do I get to the coaching blog? I'm like, you're not going to the resource center. You got to get into the resource center and play with this stuff. Click on coaching blog. And you have to request access the first time. And I see that someone just did, as a matter of fact. And you can see we've got all of our stuff in there. Team agreements, buyer agreements, all these different videos from older stuff. But you go in here and how do you navigate this? Let me show you. Click on guides. And there's all the guides. Motivation. Who do I know? Have mets, haven't mets, follow-up scripts, health and wellness, social media. I'm going to read you the whole list. Branding and marketing, team building, business planning, apps and technology I need to master. All the stuff about RPR for you to catch you up on RPR. Listing presentations, buyer seminars, client reviews. What's going to be added in there next week? Testimonial tree. Craig, I think you're going to be here at the Cottage Grove office with us. I have a funny feeling next Wednesday. We might have a lunch sponsored. That's the rumor I heard. That's the rumor I heard. And that's where we're going to launch Testimonial Tree for you. Negotiations, contracts, and forms. All that stuff's built in there. Leasing and rental strategies. How to do some of the basic stuff. Counting the money. I want to talk about that for a second. This is where I'm going to really dive deep with you this later this summer and into the fall. For those of you guys that are getting your insurance licenses and kind of building out that journey with us and the investment licenses, counting the money, I want us to be financial wealth builders for ourselves and for our clients. That is my passion. I don't want us just to be realtors anymore. And even if you don't go through and get the licenses, we want to hold classes for everyone so that they can empower themselves. Because what are we doing right now? We're just selling houses. The vast majority of us. This is where I want to take us. This is where I want to take us. And we can maybe even have a version of this for the consumer, a consumer's version of Project X. So instead of the Team Liebert coaching blog that's just for us, there can be a consumer version of this that's exclusive to our clients. Would you guys like that? Where your clients can go in here?
Share.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
A private blog just for them where they get this stuff. That sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Where we can put all of our resources, because I know my YouTube channel's a mess and I'm probably not going to clean it up, just to be honest. So all of these different things for anybody that needs to be caught up on a specific item, guide 26, the last guide, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. There's 26 guides in my blog. Aren't I annoying? Stop method. That's what I call like literally stop and learn one thing. There's literally walking you through specific items.
If we want to go straight to that particular guide, we put it in the search, right?
What you do, well, no, you wouldn't actually. You just click on guides. You have to scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Oh.
I wish they'd build out a little bridge like between the guides. I have a table of contents. It's in the Project X resources. So you can go through and you can look at it, but that table of contents, I'm telling you, I'm always adding something in there. And every once in a while I take something out that's old.
Is it at least in alphabetical order? Or you just have to-
I wish it was. It is not an alphabetical order. There is a search bar. How do you navigate that search bar? See the little magnifying glass?
Mhm. Mhm.
Search this group.
Mhm.
And so, for example, I can say Zenlist. And it's going to pull up any conversation about Zenlist. See all that?
Mhm.
So that's right in there. So use your tools. And then here's the fun thing. If you guys are lost, go to the WhatsApp chat. I really want to start encouraging you guys to do the WhatsApp chat, because the WhatsApp chat, there's no way to get more than 20 people on a group text. Everybody hates group texting, right? And then the Facebook group, not everybody's in the Facebook group. WhatsApp, download WhatsApp and add WhatsApp to your phone. And then that way at any point, there's all of us. It's not just me, it's all of us. I try to get in there, but I like you guys to talk to each other.
Mhm.
There's whole dialogue. I didn't go off that thing for days and you guys talk behind my back.
Well, I love WhatsApp, cause you can talk anywhere in the world with WhatsApp.
And that's, remember guys, this is part of the whole thing is we want to be global.
Yeah.
You know, in Zenlist, to jump back to Zenlist just for a second, you know, in Zenlist, everything is in all languages. Everything, the remarks, you want to talk in a different language, let's go to a different language. You click on any property. And let's do this in French. And now this sucker, look, it's in French. You see this in the remarks?
That's awesome.
And then you can also,
Hmm.
we're in the beta test, so you guys have this for your clients. It's going to talk to them in another language,
Mm,
Mm.
It's like Google Translate. almost.
literally.
That's awesome.
Let me turn the volume up for you. So it literally talks to them in another language.
Également très pratique avec l'autoroute 90-94e
What?
de la ligne bleue à
Uh-huh.
proximité.
And
Les
Craig and I are
appartements
working on
disposent
that,
de
so
nouveaux
there'll be a
sols,
button
de
on the
peinture, de
my
cuisine et
exit
de grandes
strategy moves
fenêtres
you so that
laissant
people in
entrer
other
beaucoup de
languages
soleil.
can have that stuff
Chaque-
working on it too. So this is where we're going. This is an international city. We want to be international for everybody. Because the reality is that when people say, "Oh, I want to work internationally," you know what? I'm, you know, I'd love to go to Spain, but I'm gonna go to Spain for a day or a week. I'm not gonna live in Spain. I need boots on the ground over there, but I'm gonna want people everywhere to be able to work with me here, and then I can refer them out to these other areas. That's the reality of international work. All right, let's get into another tool. And then I'm gonna open it up for questions at the end. Don't worry, we're nowhere near done. Obviously, if you need to turn in a deal, you go to the office accounting thing. You guys all know that. Let's go into Wise Agent for a second. I need to make sure that all of you have all of your integrations in Wise Agent set up. Let's walk through that. Because I will bet you that everybody's missing at least one integration.
Right.
Everybody's missing at least one integration, or maybe all of them. So this is a great way to be reminded. Hello, my friend. A great way to be reminded of what exactly you have as tools. So let's go into Wise.
Look too cool for school today.
Hey, Patrick, I'm going to mute you. You can always unmute yourself if you got a question. All right. Let's get into this integration. Let me close out a couple windows here. So that AI stuff, that is huge. But here's what else is huge. You go into the integrations tab in Wise Agent, and then you click on settings, and let's walk through every single thing that you've got. You need to make sure that you have the API key set up and that it's in all of your exit tools, So you don't need to add another API key ever. You only got one
And where do we get that from?
right here. So there is literally in Wise Agent under the integrations tab and then settings. You're going to take that API key and copy it. And here's the places, all the places you need to go with it, guys. Let's get caught up. Number one, you need to go into exitrealty.com. And on the top right-hand side, you're going to go under settings and preferences. And once you do that, you're going to click on Wise Agent settings. It's the only CRM that works with the exit tools. And then you're going to put that key in there. You're going to paste that key in there. What's that going to do then is this is the magic. Then every time somebody texts your mobile business card, your My Smart Sign, or any of your individual property text codes, it's going to feed that person's information, that cell phone number, right into your Wise Agent. Literally right into your Wise Agent. So it's going to show up there as a lead in your Wise Agent. So you've got to make sure that API key is in your Wise Agent. Where else does Wise Agent get fed from? Zenlist. Let's go into our Zenlist. And again, this is being recorded, so you're going to go back and play this again. in your Zen list, you're gonna go down to click on account and then click on integrations. And see where it says Wise Agent? It's gonna ask for your API key if you don't have it. If it's already connected, it's just gonna be gray.
Mhm.
See where it says connected?
Mhm.
So make sure it's connected to your Wise Agent, because then what happens when somebody signs up on your Wise Agent,
It's all public.
it's all already there. It's gonna pop right into your Zenless and Wise Agent. They're connected. Where else is the integration? RoomView. So when someone gets any of your RoomView landing pages or
Mhm.
any of the stuff that posts on RoomView where it's like, what's your home worth? And they click on the button, guess what happens? It goes to your Wise Agent. And you can over time build out drip campaigns. We're not going to do that today, but that at least it'll be in your Wise Agent. Because I feel like sometimes we have 8,000 different social media channels we're on, 8,000 different venues we're talking. We got the digital business cards everywhere. It's like we got all this stuff. Where are the leads going?
Mhm.
Where can you go back and figure out later where they all are? They all should be in your Wise Agent. And if you've got this set up, then I can coach you on, if there's nothing in there, we got a problem. But if there's people in there, we need to follow up. So in RoomView, where do you add that? In RoomView, where do you add that API key? In RoomView, scroll down and see where it says leads management.
Mhm.
And then it says get leads on your CRM. Get leads on your CRM. And you click on that. Now it used to be there was only 3 of them. And one of them was Wise Agent. Now everybody else is caught up. But Wise Agent was there first or second. So you click on Wise Agent and you got to add your API key there. What other integrations are magic that you may not already have? Let's
So
scroll
can I ask a
down.
question
Yes.
about the API key, is that just an overall one key or is that individualized?
One
for-
key.
Okay.
One key, because
For
that
everybody.
key is no, that's individualized
For
to
the
you.
person,
So
yes,
so when you
individual
see where that API key is, that's your API key.
Okay.
And you
That's
never
fine.
want to add another one. You
Okay.
only need one.
One.
But that
okay.
one goes everywhere into all the places that I just showed you.
Okay.
And there will be more places that it's going as we continue to add tools over time.
So it's like a personal ID for you.
For you,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Great. Yep. All right. If you don't already have it connected to your dot loop, connect it to your dot loop. Connect it to your dot loop. And then it's going to feed in, for those of you that have been here a while, it's going to feed in all your old contacts from dot loop. Going to feed in all your old contacts from dot loop. I don't use DocuSign, but if you're a DocuSign person, you can also connect it to DocuSign. I don't use DocuSign. If you have Dub, you want to make sure to have that Dub Chrome extension, because then you can literally, if you've made videos on Dub, you can just pop them right into any of your newsletters or your text messages, any of that stuff in Wise Agent. Makes it literally plug and play. We have talked in the past about the Google Chrome extension for your Gmail. I think that's another valuable one. You can see in the top right-hand side of my screen, I've got the Dub Google Chrome extension. I've also got the Wise Agent Add Contacts extension. Because then that way, when I go in and I get an email, every time that I get an email, let me open up my email and pop into somebody real quick. So I'm going to open up Esmeralda over here. And you can see in anybody's individual email, when you open up that individual email, at the top, it's going to say, add to Wise Agent. And that person, you can add them to your Wise Agent. It's genius. Absolutely genius. So there's a little video that you can watch on that too. We're not done. Nowhere near done. Remember, there's also, even if you're signed into your Google Contacts and sync that up, which you should be doing immediately, because that's syncing up all your contacts from your Gmail and then from your phone, if you've got your phone synced up, then you're going to want to also sync up separately here this Google Gmail Conversations, because then when I go into any individual person in my contact list, And then I scroll down, you can click on Gmail conversations, it'll pull up every Gmail conversation you've ever had with them.
Mm.
So all of your, so you, if you've got an assistant, the assistant can go in and look at that, but they don't need to have access to your full Gmail. It's genius. So all of that needs to be set up. If you don't already have Wise Text, you're going to want to make sure to get that. I pay for you to have 1,000 texts a month. 1,000 texts a month. Get that set up. You only get one number. You only need one number, but you're going to want to be able to start mass texting people, because your clients aren't going to want to be a part of a WhatsApp group. Like we have a WhatsApp group set up for office, because your clients don't know each other, most of them. But I want you to be able to send up to 250 people at once. Hey, I've got free Sox tickets or Cubs tickets, or we're throwing an event. You know, that should be part of your
That's a
value
great-
proposition,
that's a great-
is that you've got this, you've got these events coming up. You've got cool things for them. What else? We're on the right-hand side now of your exit in Wise Agent. Your integrations. Do you have your MLS connected? Did you know that your MLS should be in there too? Because then there's additional flyers for your properties. Additional tools for you in there. Make sure that that's connected. And I'll show you how that properties tab works in a second. If you're a dialer, Mojo dialer, I don't dial. You know, I'm not a dialer. Title toolbox, make sure you've got that set up. Set it up with Chicago Title. Chicago Title. Even though we use strategic title, Chicago Title has the integration, let them pay the 2 pennies for their.
If it's showing add MLS account, does that mean that I need to add?
Nope, because you've already got MRAD. See, it says MRAD right there.
Oh, okay.
You've already got, you're hooked up.
Oh, okay.
And you use the same email address in the MLS right there. But for Title Toolbox, set it up with Chicago Agent. I'm sorry, Chicago Title. Lead enhancement, that's already set up. That's for free. That will pull up any information on the people they can find once you got an email address on folks. But let me show you the integration with the MLS, because we very rarely talk about this. If you click on the left-hand side in Wise Agent, you click on the properties tab. And then property list. It feeds from the MLS. It does feed from the MLS, but it may not always pop everything up. And even if you have something that's not on the MLS, you can add a property. And once you've got the property in there, so let's go into my active listings right now. Let's pick on Union again. I need to sell that place. And you can see it's got all the pictures. Boy, that I could use some virtual staging on that, right? I could use some virtual staging on that. And then you can make flyers for the property.
Mm,
So you can do all different kinds of, see where it says add flyer?
mhm.
Click on that. And then look at all these different flyers that'll pop up.
Mm.
All these different flyers. So you've got basic flyers right in the Exit Resource Center in the Expert Marketing Suite, but here's where you can make more flyers. And by the way, you know, you can go in here and click on properties and then add property, and you can manually enter a property. You could start making flyers for people and show them what you're going to do.
Mhm,
You know, you could kind of go walk them through and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do with your property.
mhm,
And you could just go in there and kind of make some stuff up for them
mhm. What-
automatically.
Yeah.
And then where else could you make a little demo for them? Well, let's go back in the Resource Center for a second. This is pretty easy to do. You go in the Resource Center and then go into the Expert Marketing Suite. And then see where it says market my listings. Well, if you don't have any listings, what do? There actually is a way to have a generic listing that they will be able to go in there, and you can literally send them this video and you can do a demo listing as well. Let me show you the demo listing. Click on market my listings. And then see where it says demo listing.
Mhm. They'll randomly pick one.
It'll just make one up for you.
Mm.
It'll just make one up for you. And then look at all this stuff it's got.
Descriptions.
Yep,
features,
and you
okay.
can literally send this on. See where it's got that link at the top?
Mhm.
You can send that on to them. Say, hey, I just want to show you a sample of what my marketing will look like.
Mm,
Isn't that cool?
very much so. Better than PowerPoint.
Better than PowerPoint and easy, easy. We're on easy street with this stuff. Also make sure if you don't already have it, I think most of you guys have these set up. You should have your what set up? Your Exit Digital presentations. Takes 5 minutes to do. Under the marketing tab, you just want to click on presentations. And then manage settings. And if you need the language that I use for in there, oh, don't worry. Where is it? It's right in the Project X resources
Mm.
under the scripts. Project X resources under the scripts.
The digital imprints, is that what you were referring to?
I'm talking about the presentations. You've already got those presentations and you've already got yours done. Yours are done. You are ready to go. What else? Make sure that you've got your mobile business card set up. I think almost everybody's got that set up. Separately, your My Smart Sign. That's a separate code. I really want you guys to start thinking about using those on your signs more. There's all kinds of different stuff that's coming soon with the Exit technology, but we're going to leave that alone for now. We're not even going to mess with that today. I want to see if there's anything else I'm missing that I wanted to bring up to you guys. Email signatures. This is brand new. Brand new. Your email signature now is so easy to make in Wise Agent. This is literally 2 days old, this new feature. If you click on your profile, and then in your Wise Agent, click on the little toolbox, and then it says profile. And then go into settings. And then hold on, because I think I told you wrong. Uh-oh. Let's see, it's your social media settings. I gotta find this. This is new. Oh, social links, because it's new. I haven't done this yet. So you click on add link. And then you've got all the different, look at it, all the different social medias. And then you just put in your URL there. Once that's done, look at this, it's got all of them.
Everybody.
And this is, by the way, you'll notice all the way to Zenlist. That's the last one. That was me. I literally was like, well, God, can I have Zenlist on there? Because Zenlist is like an art tool. So this is everything on there. Yeah, right there's a WhatsApp. For those of you guys that have WhatsApp, all of it. And obviously, if you don't have any of these, like Pinterest, I don't use, you can delete it. And then once you click on the save button, once you've added that URL for that particular profile, it's automatically in your Wise Agent signature, your email signature moving forward. Where else do you need to make sure all that same exact information is? Your Exit Realty profile. This is going to be the last thing. And then I'm going to take questions. So in your exitrealty.com personal profile, actually in your public profile, click on, once you're in there, you've got your bio, hopefully. If not, we can work on that. Click on social media. And what do they got in that now there? They have everything, including TikTok and WhatsApp, because I begged them for months. And they just added it. So everybody's probably got one or two things they need to add today, because these are brand new features of Wise Agent and Zenlist. I'm sorry, Wise Agent and Exit Resource Center. What's coming next? Testimonial Tree. Testimonial Tree will be next week. That will be where we sync up your reviews from different websites, all in one nice place. And obviously everything also feeds to different places from there. And as of last night, because they literally did it at my request, the CEO of RoomView got with the COO of Testimonial Tree, and they got that integration set up. So they will feed out, once you do that work, they will feed out to your social media. So that is a full hour of everything to get you guys caught up. You tired yet? Y'all knocked out? Lots to do. Take it one thing at a time. And then how do you want to schedule one-on-one time with me? If you have a problem with any of this, first of all, you can always go to Laura.
Mhm.
Laura will help you get things turned on. But then to enhance them and make them shine, you're probably going to want to come to me if you like, okay, how do I, take a look at this. What do you think is good or bad? What do you think I should work on? How do you schedule time with me? Well, I'm glad you asked. You go to teamliber.com,
See what?
teamliber.com. You guys know that. And then you click on schedule time with Nick. And you set up a 30-minute coaching session with me. Obviously, if you have a quick question, just text me, or you can literally set up a time, which I really like when you do it that way. But most of the time, even if we're on the phone, I always end up like, can we get on a Zoom? So I might as well set up a Zoom, because we're going to end up sitting there going, hey guys, I want to will you take a look at my reviews? I'm always going to have a suggestion. My bio, I'm probably going to have a suggestion. Any of that stuff. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for.
Okay.
All right, at home or in the classroom, what questions do you guys have for me?
I have a question in regards to email.
Yes, email.
I have both Gmail and Yahoo. For purposes of all the tools that we have set up, do you suggest Gmail over Yahoo?
1000%.
Okay.
1000%. Gmail's the only one that has an integration with your CRM and everything else. Gmail is really, it's almost like they got a monopoly on the thing.
So I can create a new Gmail specifically with the naming so it can target my profession as a realtor. Right? Because like right now, say for instance, I'm just going to talk I don't mind if it's something like VGood,
Yeah.
at gmail.com. To me, that don't scream realtor, that don't scream my profession that I'm trying to be at. I can create a new one just for.
You can. My only suggestion with that then is you need to, all the contacts you have in your other emails, suck those out into a CSV file and get them into your Gmail, into that new Gmail, because you want all the people from the rest of your life to get your I want everybody's contact.
Yeah.
If they don't want my stuff, they can unsubscribe. So I got people that I saw at a bar 20 years ago getting my newsletter. They can unsubscribe if they don't like it.
Okay.
Because everyone is a contact in a potential relationship, no matter where they live around the world.
Mhm.
Because we're global.
What worries me a little bit, when you start putting so much of your information out there, you start getting all this crazy stuff. I've been getting like crazy stuff, and it's sort of annoying.
It is. So yes, you will get people prospecting you. That's just part of being a public figure. It's Brian Buffini. She just gave me a look. I wish you guys could see it at home. And Rita, I do see that you got your hand raised. Give me 1 second. So let me tell you this, guys. It's part of being a public figure. And Brian Buffini calls it the mayor campaign. You are basically running for mayor of real estate. And you don't need to spend $1 to be doing that, but you will, the cost benefit analysis, or what do they call it? The swap of it. The whole thing is, the downside is, yes, you will get people that prospect you for sales, or you get weird people. It is what it is. That's part of, if you want to hide under a rock and be a secret agent, you will also be a broke agent, or you can go pay for all your Zillow leads and chase after people and have that is not the way I coach. It is an option for you to go buy leads or go sit on a team and hide under a rock. But then the problem is even if you hide under a rock, if you start doing good converting those leads that you've paid for or that you begged somebody else for, what do you do? Hide under the rock to the people that you don't want to refer the friends. They're going to go, well, where is she online? I don't see her anywhere. That doesn't look like an agent I want to work with. I want to wake up to leads. I literally have woken up to leads for 15 years out of the 26 years I've been in the business, because I've done these things. I'm all over everywhere. Yes, you can find me. And yes, I do get annoying, weird things, but that's the cost benefit analysis. I also have a 6-figure income from this. And then a second one through the residual bonus program, because it's the same way with agents. They know who I am. Cost benefit analysis. I'm gonna take the weirdos. I'll take the harassment question though. All right, Rita, you got your hand raised. You're next.
Just to piggyback on her question, that was actually what I was actually gonna ask too. Now, seeing that when I originally started with Exit, I've always used my Yahoo and my Google, but to integrate and keep it simple, how can I just transfer everything just to use the Google and do away with my Yahoo?
Yes. So I don't teach on Yahoo, but I will tell you there is a way to in every system. So let me go into Gmail as a sample. Let me close out a couple windows here because I got 8,000 windows up, as always. As always. If you go into the settings tab on almost any system, under the settings tab, you'll be able to export your contacts. Now in Google, because I don't know how this works in other systems, in Google, you have a whole separate contacts world. So if you go to contacts.google.com, for anybody that's got a Google address, you can export all of those people. You can also import into Google. So I don't teach on this a lot, but let's go ahead and do it. See where it's got import? That's where you would import people from other places. And then also you can export all of your contacts. You can literally export all of your contacts from this account into another account. So there's a whole literally, and it'll merge duplicates. That's why I love Google. But any other email system, get everybody into one email address. I got one email address. I got one phone number. And yes, it kind of blows up my world, but it is what it is.
That's good.
All right, Rita, that was a good question.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Thank you, because that was, it's actually make myself a little more complicated. I'm complicating my own self.
Yep. Keep it simple. Silly. I used to call it keep it simple stupid. Then people get offended. But I'm like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. Keep it simple.
Right.
Keep it simple. I've tried it all the different ways. Going back to the basics, and I've gone back to the basics for many years because it just every time I try to complicate things and have two systems for something, it's better to just be in one and deal with the chaos. It's going to be chaos either way. Let's keep it simple. It's easier for me to teach you and watch your metrics too that way.
Okay, so all this is when I pre-record is because I want to go, because I think that's why I was having problems uploading everything into my Wise agent. It just seems like it's naked. And I'm like, why is my contacts not coming up? So, okay, I'm gonna have to start from A.
Yep. And it's, guys, and here's another thing to do. This is not news to anybody that's coached with me for a while. Here's how I'm always cleaning my database. This is a habit. Every morning, I go into Facebook and I go into LinkedIn. Now in LinkedIn, it used to be called Celebrations. Now it's called, I can't even remember because this is only a few weeks old. Click on My Network. You can also do it on your app, your LinkedIn app, and it's called Catch Up. It used to be called Celebrations. Every day I go in there, there's a birthday, job changes, work anniversaries. It's a reminder of who should be in my world. Now, Jeff is a client of mine. Jeff just completed 1 year at that job. I remember when Jeff changed that job because it almost messed up the mortgage on the deal that we were doing. Now, what should I do today? Congratulate Jeff. It's a nice check-in. So I can go into his profile on my LinkedIn, on my Wise agent and go make sure, A, is he in here? So there he is. And then B, so look, I got a wrong address. I have his old address. I don't have his new address in there. So see what I just did? I have an opportunity to refresh my database. So every morning, Facebook birthdays, and then on LinkedIn, every single one of you should have every single one of your clients on LinkedIn. Every one of your contacts should be on LinkedIn because then I know when people are changing jobs. I know when people are moving around, and people don't lie about their contact information on LinkedIn because what do they want to do? They want to have a job or they're hiring for their job. So look, there's just real email.
You saying all of our contacts should be on LinkedIn?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is what's up. So in my network on LinkedIn, let's go there, guys. I said this is 90 minutes. We might as well go into habit for a little bit. Click on my network. And you do realize in my network, click on under my network in LinkedIn, manage my network. And here's another reason why I love Gmail. click on the contacts. Click on contacts.
All your Gmail.
What does it say? Sync contacts. You can sync all your Gmail contacts. You can also export the contacts out of there into your LinkedIn. I'm sorry, into your Wise agent, but hopefully your LinkedIn is a product of your, you know what I mean? Like it's hopefully you're on LinkedIn because you've got a great Wise agent database. But there may be some of you that are watching this that maybe, well, for you, maybe because you were doing, maybe you were on your LinkedIn, but you've never been your Wise agent. This would be a great place to start. Download all these contacts. And then all I want is first name, last name, email address, cell phone number, and birthday. But yeah, everything syncs. Look, you can sync your Google Calendar. You can sync your phone contacts, all that stuff. You can upload contacts into there as well. So under My Network on LinkedIn, then manage my network, click on contacts. Everybody learned something today, I can guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Who's next?
Oh, I had a question about rentals.
Yes. Yes.
So a friend of mine just recently asked me about, can I find someone a rental?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I'm sure someone in my office can, but I'm not, she has a good credit score, blah, 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 but she don't want to buy right now. She wants to rent.
Yep. Let me show you
Where do I go?
where do you go? How do you do this? I am
Mhm.
so glad you asked that because I'm going to take you right back into Zenlist. Are you getting the idea that like all these tools work together for a reason?
Mhm.
When I started with Zenlist, it was only us and App Properties that had Zenlist. And I dove so deep in with those guys because it's a very expensive tool. But what I noticed was there were some things it didn't do. And I asked them, could this also be for rentals? And they said, well, the App Properties didn't ask that. I said, well, I asked it because we have agents that do rentals.
Mhm.
And they said, well, would you want it to be like a separate part of the app? I said, no, I want it all in one because I don't want to have to go back and say, oh, now use this tool or go to this button. So once they get on your Zenlist, Zenlist is for buyers, sellers, renters, commercial. It's for everybody. And so I just say, hey, here's my Zenlist to everyone. That's why it's in my email signature now. It's everywhere. And so me or the client, once they get in here, guys, look at this. They can just click on filters. There's for sale and there's for rent.
Mhm.
So you don't have to set up a search for them. So that client, number one, go on my Zenlist. It's for everybody. It's for everything. And then once they're in there, if they go for rent and you say, well, I don't want to, I don't have time to go to that far away. They're starting to pick stuff that's out of my area. Watch this. Once they're my client, I can go in and I can say, okay, Mike Bradkey. He's so, look at this. Mike Bragg's a client of mine. I don't know why he's picking stuff out. I have a funny feeling Mike will want to move again, by the way. So if I want to share Mike with another agent, I just click on next to his name, the little dots,
Mhm.
and see where it says add buyers and co-agents.
Mhm.
You can add any other agent in the office. Also, you can add a trusted lender.
Mm.
So the lender can start seeing what they're picking out.
Okay.
See what I'm doing here? All of a sudden now, I can say, okay, I'm going to invite another agent. So I can then, and I can also, by the way, in Wise Agent, invite them as a but it's like, most of us aren't that far along in Wise Agent. We're not going to mess with that today, but this should be an immediate thing that I can sit there in Zenlist and go, hey, it's almost like a handoff, but then I can still see them. And so also I can say, this is your client for this rental, but it's also my client. It's going to stay my client. So then that way, when you start to see like Mike Bradkey, maybe let's pretend he was a rental client, or let's pick on Brent and Rob, which is William. I always use Brent as an example. Well, Brent's now looking into places again, but they're looking at rentals right now. It's because I'm selling his place and they're going to turn around. They're going to buy something in a year or two. They need a break. They're going to take all that equity and figure out what they want. I can pass Brent off to someone for now, but then when all of a sudden I see in Zenlist that he's starting to do what Mike Bradkey is, why is Mike Bradkey looking at these expensive places? That's not what I sold him or rented him. I can then take that person back. Or I can just keep him for me. So you are, it's all how you decide you want to work with the client and another agent. So I've got people in here that, for example, this client, he's bought, sold all kinds of different stuff with me over the years. I'm sharing him right now. but then you see where it says edit buyers and co-agents. There is a remove button. There is a remove button. But here's the other beautiful thing about it. I have a problem with like when people are sending me stuff off of Zillow, et cetera. Well, okay, did your spouse see that? Did your mom that wants to help you buy see that? You can also add a co-buyer. You can edit buyers, aka or renters. You can edit people. You can invite a new person. See where it says agent or client? You can invite a new client. So in other words, somebody else that's vested with them. Now, if what happens to me sometimes where Brent and Rob, for example, they signed up on my app separately, even though they're partners. So you know what I did? I just emailed support@zenlist.com and I said, could you combine these accounts? I have requested, and soon enough, there will be a button where that you can combine the accounts yourself without having to bother them, but they did it within 5 minutes.
What about
So-
a mortgage lender?
You can add a lender on here at any point. So for example, let's see here.
That's why I get a lot of referrals
Yep.
from.
Recommend a lender. So you can add a lender to this. So let's pick on Shaheen. So there he is. And then you just click on that. And the beauty of that is I'll use myself as an example. I'm starting to look at places, at least online. You'll hear this this podcast that me and Shaheen did, where I'm talking about I don't know how much I can actually afford. And then also what is appropriate, like, you know, if there's properties that they have only a certain amount of rental income coming, do I qualify? Does that make sense? Like, does this cash flow? Because Sheen has a loan product that it would be great if the property cash flowed. Well, I don't know whether it's going to cash flow or not. The lender can see the properties that these clients are picking out. So it stops the text messaging back and
Right.
forth. Well, would this one work? Well, let me call the lender and let me do this and let me do that. Nope, all in the app. I'm saving you and your clients hours and hours of time. As a client, did you know that there is a mortgage calculator as well as comps on every single listing? Not only for you, but for the client. So they can scroll down. They'll see, look at this. These are comps for the client.
Well, that reminds me of Zillow or one of those. They have that where you can do the tool or whatever, but you're in one program here, and that's what I like about it.
It used to be HomeSnap and then it's canceled.
Mm,
HomeSnap is gone.
mhm,
So it got swallowed up by homes.com.
mhm.
And so the beauty for you and your client is they've also, look at this, they got a mortgage calculator. So if they're like, well, how much would that be? Because obviously taxes are different on every property. Assessments are different if it's a condo.
Payment.
So literally you can click on customize, and this is also on the app. Look at this.
Mhm,
And they can, but it's all built in, it's feeding in
Mhm.
all the information on the property.
mhm.
So every property is literally telling me, can I afford this property? So let's go into one of these that my dumb rear end has decided to look at. Oh yeah, I can't afford that. $1.8 million, maybe in dreamland, but let's pretend. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down in here. And $11,000 a month.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
ooh.
Oh, Lord.
Can you put your
Yep.
down payment and all that in there?
Yeah, so you can change your down payment. So for example, I'm not gonna put 20% down, I'm put
Right.
5% down.
Right.
So let's go and change that. So let's click on customize. And say down payment by percent, you can change the percent,
Mhm.
say 5% down.
Oh, it's a whopping what now?
Uh-huh, and now, yeah, now let's see what this mess is. You can change your loan type. So I'm gonna go on 30-year fix. I'm gonna stretch this sucker out. I'll be 76 when I pay this thing off. Let's hope I live. Now it's $13,000 a month.
Yeah.
And so let's see what the
But
let's
that's
see what the
reality
rental
check
income.
too, though.
It is a reality check because I shouldn't be looking at this. I need to take this off my list. Let's look at, it's going to show me the rental income, financial info. They don't have it because this agent didn't do the work.
Mhm.
Maybe somewhere in here. Oh, so he's got it under, he should have it, in my opinion, in the
Yeah.
agent,
Where it
in the,
belongs.
yep, but
He wants
so
to read.
22 plus 26 plus 25. I'm gonna live in one of these, right? What's 22 plus 20? Okay, that's 46, 48, 58, 68, 7,200. So 7,200 of my 13, well, I can't afford 6,000. Nope. Okay, well, we're done with this property. But do you see the math?
Yeah.
So if I had 20% down, 11,000 minus 8,000, that's 3,000. I could do that.
Mhm.
I could do that with my exit rental residual. So I could have bought that property if I had 20% down. Maybe we'll have a great month. Keep selling. Give me a house. But isn't this cool?
Yeah.
All these tools work together and they make a better experience for your client. Because also, I'm gonna end with this. Also, remember, you guys, they can also request tours. So people are literally requesting tours through this right now. They don't have to go message me. It's all in the app. It's cutting down on those texts back and forth. But when I go in here and I search as a consumer, so I'm gonna pick out my own neighborhood. And I say, okay, I want to be in Lakeview. Let me go in Lakeview only. If I go in Lakeview and click on done, this is a great demo to do with people. There's 331 listings. Of those 331, I'm sorry, that was for rent. For sale, 282.
Still a lot.
So, well, watch this though. How many of those are only on the private listing network, which means they are not on Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com? 37. 37 on the 282. What's that? That's 15%. That's 15% of the listings in that neighborhood do not show up on any public portal. So this all of a sudden, the client stops sending you stuff off of Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com because they're not on there anymore. They're on your app. Because their partner can see it. They can see the mortgages. They can see whatever else information they need. All that's on there. You need to start doing this demo with people. Why would people use a different agent than you? They shouldn't. Do you have this as part of your elevator pitch to people? I have access to more properties than anybody else. That's why when like people, I'm literally, sometimes I sit there and I hear people's experiences with another agent. And the first thing I say is, did they give you Zenlist? No. What's that? Uh-oh, we got a problem. So this is how you're going to justify your commissions, by the way, moving forward too. And once we get to mid-August, I agree, Bill. I'm like, ooh, it's going to be fun. But do you have this ready? Are you ready to explain it to people?
You know, I caught a pre-marketing somebody through Zenlist. I have, you know, my farm that I keep an eye on, and there's a listing going live on Friday, and I get the news on Tuesday. Do you think I'm putting the full pressure on getting this thing listed and out in the spidering of the interneting and everything? It was a huge chance for this seller to beat the one that was sitting in pre-marketing. It was absolutely the perfect opportunity to show our value, and he's locked in. He's absolutely floored that that was about to come up against him, and we're getting in front of it. So we got the listing live as of yesterday, and the one sitting and going live tomorrow, he's out. I'm doing an open house on Saturday. If he's going live on Friday, I'm doing an open house on Saturday. And it's kitty corner from the house I just listed. So it does show your worth.
Guys, here's another suggestion, Dan. Right while you were saying that, I'm realizing like Dan's talking about like the difference. I have a video that's now a year old, but you can literally text difference to 85377 and you will get a copy of that video. And it walks you through basically almost, I mean, our value proposition is increasing, but it is the basics of that, including Zenlist, or you could make your own. But you text difference to 85377. It's also on my little website, teamlibrary.com. What if you changed your bio to include this information? That I have access to more properties than anyone else, and that's a part of your bio? Do they really care that you won XYZ award last year or something like that? I mean, maybe they do, you know. Maybe they care that you're a doctor. Maybe they care that I got my JD. I think I love our bios, but I'm thinking just as we're sitting here, I'm like, you know what? I think that should be part of your bio. Your value proposition is your story in addition to everything else.
Yeah,
I have access to more properties and more market data than anyone else. And you can walk them through that. Yep.
Difference, is that what you were referring
Yep,
to?
the exit strategy difference. It'll pop up. Look at that. Text difference to 85377. And everybody can do that. Any other questions before I let you guys go? We're almost at the 90-minute mark.
As I was putting in the listing yesterday, and this might be something that comes up there, but I was putting the listing in MyBore, and it had a pop-up, and I captured the phone number, but it was a pop-up to Shoami, and they said, put this on your listing. But it also said to put it on your main page. Is that something I should probably talk to Shoami about? But apparently they can integrate my listing to Shoami and then give me free publication around it.
So I don't know that feature of Showami at all. So Dan, you might teach me something on that. That is, I use Showami only to get people to help me. I don't know that integration. So that's something that, yeah, if you can find out how that works, that would be really cool.
Yeah, when I get back, I'm going back out to Greenfield and I'm going door to door letting people know we have a open house on Saturday.
I love it. Look at that. Hands on, man. He is hands on. That's your Indiana managing broker, friends. You got Eve Benton, designated managing broker, Illinois, is the Chicago Associated Realtors managing broker of the year last year. And you got Dan over there in Indiana, just literally like that, doing God's work over there. We appreciate you, sir. Guys, it's been a pleasure. If you need this again, this will be in the resource center under that little tab of the videos. This is a long video. This is a record long video, I believe. But it will be there by tonight. I will send it out in the Daily Dose tomorrow. If you are struggling after that, set up a one-on-one with me.
As soon as I get the answer on Shoami, how we can use them to propagate our opportunities, I'll make sure everybody knows.
Awesome. And Dan, what we may want to do is you and Laura get with the Showami rep and that we get them on the books for like a Find Out Friday or something like that.
Absolutely perfect.
Office-wide training. Yeah, because I need to get caught up too. Now I'm gonna see I got homework. How did I get homework out of this? I thought it was for everybody else. This is a scam. Run now. Damn likely. All right, guys. Bye. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Move the needle.
Move it now. I love it. Bye, guys.